Hey guys, and welcome back to the HellfireComms Ghiblithon. Yesterday we had a bit of aerial battle fun with Porco Rosso, although Richie was not as appreciative of the Skyward shenanigans as I was, but to each his own. Today we're looking at a real wild card, something I have absolutely no experience with besides like skimming through to make sure it was in sync and whatnot. And also the only film of this marathon that doesn't have a dubbed version, and it's the only one with subtitles too. We're going to be looking at Ocean Waves, and if you're trying to find this wherever, you might want to look for it as The Ocean Waves for whatever bizarre reason. But anyway, let's get into it and see what we find. If you need help syncing our commentary to your copy of the movie, check the video description below for instructions. Otherwise, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. I'm actually really curious about this one, Richie. Do you have any experience with this? Besides, obviously, watching it the first time.
Yeah, so Ocean Waves is a really peculiar film in the Ghibli canon. Because effectively, it was a sort of made-for-TV film by Ghibli.
Yeah.
The idea being that Ghibli wanted to allow their younger staff members to make a film reasonably cheaply and kind of put it out there so that they'd get some experience that they could then go on to work on future films with.
Okay.
But it ended up going both over budget and over schedule, which is hilarious. But the other thing is that this is one of those films in the Ghibli canon that actually never properly made it west for the longest time. So I think Disney had the rights to distribute Ocean Waves, but they never released it on any home media platform. I don't know why. I think they just decided, this isn't really a thing that we want to release for whatever reason. But in 2010, that was when it was released in the UK, at least, as Ocean Waves, shortly before the planned theatrical release of Ponyo. And it was released as part of the Studio Ghibli collection. And that is why we are doing it as part of this marathon, because it is part of the Ghibli collection. Even though I don't know whether it is the case in America, but it's certainly the case in the UK. And that is obviously the path we have been following.
I have no idea what to expect from this. It seems to be very slice of life so far.
Yes, that is basically the gist of it. In that sense, it's very similar to Only Yesterday.
Yeah.
Which equally didn't make it to America until very recently. So, Only Yesterday, I think, was 2016. Ocean Waves, I think, has now been released in America. But that was kind of late end of last year, early start of this year. And I think there was talks of dubbing it, but that never seemed to come to pass. So it is the only Ghibli film in the canon which does not have an English dub. But that said, it does sort of fit for the tale that is told in Ocean Waves, which is also known as I Can Hear the Sea, because its Japanese name is Umi ga Kikoeru, which I think transliterates to I Can Hear the Sea. Basically, it tells the story of 3 teenagers in high school and a love triangle, effectively, which forms. As with Only Yesterday, it's kind of frequently told in flashback and kind of goes through the process of the lives of these characters. I would say it probably suffers similar issues to Only Yesterday in there being not much happening, but also it's gracefully more short.
I don't know about that, because the problem I had with Only Yesterday is it was fucking boring flashbacks. Like, I was down with the concept of, like, reliving the life of this one woman from childhood to adulthood, but nothing fucking happened. It was like, oh, I'm just going through a midlife crisis for no reason, tee.
Yeah, I would say that Ocean Waves is definitely better in that respect, because it is very much more your typical narrative in the sense of you're looking at kind of standard high school romance drama type thing, which is obviously a lot easier to watch than a woman going through her midlife crisis and remembering things from her past. This is somewhat more relatable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also, it helps that it is just that much shorter than Only Yesterday.
Oh,
because
yes.
This only clocks in at about 72 minutes.
Thank you,
and
Jesus.
That just makes it so much easier.
Oh, God. Like, I am having fun recording these, but I'm a dum-dum, and my attention starts to wane after about 90 minutes or so. So, unless you got some serious fancy bullshit going on, like with Laputa, you ain't getting me to care for 2 hours straight, I'm sorry.
Well, yes, you're going to have a delightful time with the next film then, because that is basically about 2 hours of sods all. Tom, you haven't seen the film yet. I have. I'm not fond of sitting through it again.
Well, you're the one who fucking enables me to make the decisions of making these marathons. Why do you do these things?
To be fair, Tom, I have been asking myself that question quite frequently as of late, just going, I'm enjoying this quite a lot, but why the hell did I sign up to this? This was a stupid idea. But it is delightful.
To be fair, I'm the one who has to handle all the editing, which I don't mind. You know, I'm fine with doing the grunt work, being the cogs behind the scenes, etc. But just to get back on topic, I like a bit of slice of life every now and then. I'm one of those sick freaks who frequently uses the term comfy to describe things. So if there's like a film like this slotted in between the Laputas and like the Princess Kaguya's, I'm fine with that. Just make it compelling. And so far this seems more compelling than Only Yesterday, so bueno.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that on the whole it is more compelling than Only Yesterday, but I wouldn't say hugely by much, but I do think that it manages to pull off the story it's telling more effectively because it is shorter, and also it's much easier to grasp everything that's going on.
Doubly so, because we've got subtitles, so we can't make any stupid mistakes, like in fucking Nausicaa. I will hold that L to my chest for the rest of the marathon, don't you worry. Yeah, let's just overwork those already overstressed, like, adolescents. I'm sure that won't cause any undue stress or mental trauma. Isn't this the country where people drop dead from working too hard?
I don't know whether you can push it that far, but it's definitely the country that puts a lot of stock in working a lot, and people definitely do just fall asleep anywhere, I think, because you're working so hard. And I think it's, from what I recall seeing, this might be a bit of an assumption, it might not be quite entirely accurate, but I'm pretty sure that if you fall asleep at your desk, people kind of don't necessarily mind so much, because it's just like, you're working yourself to the bone anyway, go ahead.
Good conversation. I'll be back later, when my grades are like S rank plus, I guess. I effectively announced that school is over.
And, yeah, basically, they've kind of have, just gone, the trip's cancelled, because you're all assholes. Ah! Have to say, I'm quite glad that my school was never this much of an asshole. But I certainly know that there are instances where they can be with things like this. I remember way back when I was in junior school, there was a period where they had, it had gotten quite noisy in the dinner hall.
Right.
And so they'd introduced this kind of traffic light system, because this makes entirely a lot of sense. And so if it got up to kind of red, then it was just like you had to eat in silence. And there was one dinner time where it had gone to red, and then sort of slowly but surely the noise had sort of begun to kind of creep back in.
Oh, okay.
And nothing kind of happened, but then so because of the way the the hall was set up at the time, I think we had the stage set up, and we had benches on the stage, and that was where the sandwiches were eating, which is where I was. And sort of me and a few of my friends were just talking reasonably, because it was sort of kind of that point where everyone else was talking. So it's just like, this is fine. And then we got majorly told off, and I think we got put in detention or something. And obviously me at that age was traumatised by that, because obviously, as you can probably tell, goody two-shoes here.
Yeah.
At least when I was younger, did not like getting in trouble. That was not a thing I did. And so, like, that was awful. But the thing, when I look back on it, is just like, literally the only reason why me and the people I was with got picked on got told off for that was because we were the ones who were the most visible. Literally everyone else in that dinner hall was talking at the time, but we were the ones who got told off, made an example of, which was just like, come off it, mate, don't be a dick.
That's a bit petty, don't you think? I will hold this grudge forever. Even my ghost will haunt the school because you cancelled my shitty trip.
But to be fair, if a school's that much of an asshole, then yeah, take it to your grade. Just go, you're all dicks.
This doesn't look too bad for a TV film so far, I gotta say.
Oh, definitely. Like, I think, on the whole, it is a really well animated film, and it doesn't look entirely out of place in the grand scheme of Ghibli canon. Like, it looks very much like most of their other films. There's just maybe perhaps a slight lesser level in some of the character designs, perhaps, that are maybe a bit less polished than you would see in other films, but it is still sort of very much in line with the rest of the canon, which I really do like.
Okay, don't say hi to me then. Bitch!
We are now introduced into the full-on love triangle.
Oh boy.
That, yes, has been introduced. Two besties and a girl that they both sort of have a crush over. 'Cause why not?
I'm already liking this more than only yesterday, I've gotta say.
Well, I mean, we've still got another hour to go of the plot, but I would agree that it's more immediately engaging, and probably does manage to keep your attention for longer. But as I said once again, it's mostly due to the subject matter, and the fact that because it's as short as it is, they've got to go at a bit of a quicker pace.
Well, the thing with that is, yeah, A, the pace helps a lot with digesting it, but B, with Slice of Life, it's all about the characters. So if, like, the drama and the dynamics between the characters are interesting, I will stay engaged. And the thing is, whatever the fuck her name was in Only Yesterday, wasn't that interesting.
Taiko.
Yeah, whatever.
In this film, we've got Taku Morisaki, who is our main protagonist. You've got Yutaka Matsuno, who is Taku's friend. And then you've got Rikako Muto, who is the love interest for the film. And sort of, they're the ones that we sort of revolve around. Because basically, Rikako, I think, is a transfer student, as is always the way. And because and also typical high school anime, bouncing boobs.
Thanks, Richie. It's not like I didn't notice them already, but you just had to go and point them out. Oh, I see. So they like the plain girl, is that it?
I don't know. I think it's because she's, I think, come from the city. She's a very different kind of person to what they've been used to. And so they're kind of going, oh, she's sexy because, she's exotic because she comes from the city and is awesome.
I've never heard someone coming from the sea being described as exotic, but then again, maybe that's just like a Japanese culture thing.
Well, it's me probably not necessarily using the word exotic in the way that I probably should, but considering, if you think about it, it's if you have a country child suddenly in the middle of an inner city, they are very much a fish out of water, and people pay attention because they're just like, who the hell are you?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, if you're in a more countryside place, having someone from the inner city come to you, it's a very different culture. And it is very noticeable.
Ah, I see. Glasses Man notices that she stands out, and he likes that, I think.
Yeah, they basically both like her, because, why not?
Yes, we thank you, Yoli from Digimon Season 2. I think we've already established that the City Girl stands out. Sorry, I'm seeing a lot of Digimon in this art style for some reason. I don't know, it reminds me of the first movie.
Yeah, I get that. Part of me thinks that might, in part, be down to the colour palette,
Yes.
because this colour palette is very much similar to that. But there might be another reason for that, and I'm just going to see if my immediate assumption might be somewhat correct. So you just have to bear with me a few minutes.
Okay, I will handle the commentary detail. Oh, fat guy, you just get me. You understand me. That's why I never sit next to you in class. Honestly, you disgust me, really. Okay, so she's not the smartest individual, but she is one of the prettiest, according to the pro tags at least, so she's got that going for her. She's aloof.
Yes, right, so my initial assumption wasn't quite accurate, but I will go on to explain sort of what I was initially thinking was, so, while production of Ocean Waves was controlled by Ghibli, and that was sort of the point, much of the animation was produced with the assistance of JC staff, Madhouse Studios, and O Production, who had worked with Ghibli on past projects.
Mm-hmm.
So, JC staff are the people behind, obviously, a large variety of animes over the years. And that includes Slayers, Revolutionary Girl Utena, Excel Saga, Shingetsu-san, Tsukihime, Shakugan no Shana, A Certain Magical Index, A Certain Scientific Railgun, Honey and Clover, Alien 9, Azumanga Daioh, Toradora, Zero no Tsukaima, Iki Tosen, Sakurasu no Pet no Nakanojo, and Betrayal Knows My Name. Which, none of those names make any sense to me in terms of what I notice, although apparently they did the Parappa the Rapper anime.
You ever have to deal with that, Richie? Relocating to a new place?
No, don't. So obviously when I went to university I was there for a period, but no, I don't relocate. That's not a thing I do because I'm very much a homebird and always have been and always will be.
Yeah, I agree. So correct me if I'm wrong, but Rikako got poor grades, right? Because I was confused for a second, because it showed 12, and I wasn't really sure what that meant, because obviously I can't read Japanese text. Go Kaida, really?
I think the idea is that she's working her way. Well, she is academically gifted, and she's good at sports and everything. But the whole idea is that actually she comes across as being quite arrogant.
Okay.
And so that sort of obviously pisses people off. And I think her arrogance can sort of lead to a variety of issues in terms, because obviously what can often happen at school level is that when you get arrogant and complacent, you think, oh, I'm too good for this, and you don't work as hard, and then your grades fall.
Ah, okay.
I don't know whether that's happening here. To be fair, I've not been paying all that much attention.
Richie!
I'm sorry, there are subtitles here, and I was reading Wikipedia entries on other animation companies who were involved in the lovely...
You've got a synopsis there!
I do have a synopsis, but it doesn't have that type of detail in it.
Oh, you just gotta zoom in and enhance, it'll give you all the subtext and whatnot. Just ream us out in the comments, it'll be fine.
So, just to finish off where I was going with the whole other animation studios, Madhouse Inc. are the people behind Death Note, the first season of One Punch Man.
Oh, nice.
And also, they were involved in a number of Clamp projects, so they animated Cardcaptor Sakura, Chobits, and Clamp in Wonderland. They were also responsible for the first Beyblade series.
Yo!
So, yes. And also I think they did Paprika and Wolf Children. So they've done quite a few very well-known animes have Madhouse. So they're quite an awesome company. And then last on the list is O Production, who, from the looks of things, so they did help out with numerous Ghibli productions. So they helped with Castle of Cagliostro, Nausicaa, Castle in the Sky, Go the Fireflies, Kiki's Delivery Service. They also went on to help with Spirited Away. Here it is! They also helped out, / I think did the production of Digimon Adventure 02, Diablemon Strikes Back.
Yo, that's where I can recognise it, yeah.
Where it comes in. O Productions also worked on the Shaman King anime, as well as Full Metal Alchemist, and also Doraemon and Lupin the Third. And apparently, they also did the animation for Tales of Symphonia in its animated cutscenes, which is awesome and I love it.
I can sort of see that, yeah. $400 dues? Do you think I'm fucking made of yen, woman?
Yeah, you see, this is a bit of an asshole move. And also shows that really, Rikako is not necessarily the most pleasant of girls ever.
That would be a deal breaker for me. I can't stand someone with a shitty personality like that. Although I'm not really one to talk, but you gotta work on your flaws, and bitch, you best be buying your own dinner.
The reason that she's asking for money is not necessarily horrendous, because, according to her anyway, she's lost her money, and so asks to borrow some, because obviously they're on a Hawaii trip, and meant to be enjoying themselves.
Oh, well.
Yeah, and obviously, you know that feeling when you're on a school trip and you lose your money. Well, actually, no, to be fair, I don't, because I never lose my money when I'm on holiday.
That went a different way to what I was expecting. Like, I thought you were saying, oh, I just never go on holiday, but no, I'm always perfect when I'm away.
To be fair, I haven't been on holiday like that in a very long time. And that's just because I've been working. But also just when I go on holiday, I'm just very, very, very overly cautious with that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's a little bit... It's going to get a little bit more complicated with Rikako here, because obviously she's asking for dough, and yeah, Tanaku, because obviously he fancies the pants off this girl, is gonna do it, and really probably not going to succeed very well with what he's planning.
Isn't he a dishwasher?
Effectively, yes, but obviously, if you're at school and you've got a part-time job, then, you are gonna save up the pennies, and, 60,000 yen!
What, like I said, bitch, you best be buying your own dinner.
How greedy.
This is me, I just leave the hotel. It's like she's just standing there until the sun goes down.
Something that I'm sort of beginning to realise with this film is actually Rikako is an awful human being.
It's not a fucking drug exchange, Yuka. I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, but then to be fair, giving that much yen in the middle of a busy area to a girl who clearly has not got that purse wrapped around her in a way that is going to be actually safe is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, well, maybe you'd actually learn a lesson if she did yell at you then. Take better care of your money.
Exactly. And also don't be a greedy cow and ask for 60,000 bloody yen.
I saw you do it. You gave her the money in a handkerchief, you harlot. I thought, for a second there, I thought that subtitle read, I ran over her this vacation. Oh, literally head over heels in romance.
That would lead to, I think, a very different film. Suddenly go a lot darker.
Oh, did he get played as well?
I'm sure we'll see later on a little something.
Richie, your subtlety has not improved. I've told you to work on this.
And I've just decided to ignore that and just go, I am who I am, and that's pretty much how I'm going to remain unless anything seriously bad happens and, I kind of need to change for whatever reason. But I'm not really planning on it, to be fair.
I'm gonna remain shit until it benefits me to be not shit, basically.
Basically, yes.
Oh, boo-hoo. Give me my money back.
And also now she's got 80 freaking bloody grand yen. That's just like, for God's sake, woman. At least give bloody Taku, 20k of that back.
No, clearly not.
And looks like Taku's not exactly the best person either, buying candid photos of the girl that he's slightly pissed off with because she's borrowed money, but also that he's slightly in love with. It's not a good look.
It's complicated.
It's very complicated.
You ever had a bento lunch? Whatever the fuck those are?
No, because I'm a very fussy eater, and one of the things that I really don't like is rice, and that basically means a bento lunchboxes are out of the question for me, because a lot of that does end up being rice, and sushi, and I don't like sushi either, so it kind of buggers me over.
Hmm.
Once again, Rikako is an awful person and has tricked her brand new friend Yumi Kahama into joining her on this trip.
So she was scamming Yuga to get money?
Well, she was basically saying we're going to go to a concert, but no, we're going to go to Tokyo instead because I've got plans. And it's just like, whoa there, Doc. And obviously, because Yumi's actually a sort of seemingly lovely person, she's basically just like, I don't want to lie to my parents about where I'm going, but then I can't leave her by herself because her blooming mother only let her go because she's going with me. And so she's in sort of she's trapped in terms of what she can do.
Are Yuka and Rikako even really friends? They've only seemed to, like, hung out in one scene where she came up and asked him for money.
So Rikako and Taku, not... They're more acquaintances, it seems. But he clearly has a sort of crush on her, and I think she may have maybe slightly noticed in some way or another. And so she's quite willing to abuse that.
Right.
And also, she nabbed all that money so that, she could go on this trip because she's even more of a cow.
Have I just been calling the protag by the wrong name, by the way?
I think you might have been.
Why didn't no one correct me? I've been calling him Crandall all this time.
So, the protagonist is called Taku.
Thank you.
His friend is Yutaka. The girl is Rikako.
You can see where I went wrong, at least.
Yeah, and this girl right here is Yumi.
I like his jacket. It kind of reminds me a little bit, and I'm reaching here for another anime reference, of what the main dude wears in Akira.
Yeah, I sort of see where you're coming from with that. I still need to bloody watch Akira. It's like one of those films that is like a proper classic in anime. Just haven't gotten round to it yet.
Movie come!
One day, yes.
Yeah, well, I want to go to Disneyland, okay, but, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Don't you go crying there. This lad's got plans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to say, Taku is probably not the smartest guy in this sort of situation.
Really? I hadn't
He's sort of
noticed.
smart in the sense of managing to get Yumi safely home, but also it's just like, yeah, he's sort of going to go along with this, and that's just sort of ridiculous.
It's 10 minutes since you last said that, and still don't have my money. 10 minutes is a long time in anime time.
So, yeah, he's basically said, I'll come with you, Duck! I want my frickin' money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's clearly not his entire reason for going, but it certainly influenced some of it.
Well, he gets to sit next to a pretty girl on a plane for an extended period of time, so...
Yeah, a pretty girl that he sort of quite fancies.
Yes, I know, Richie. I may be dumb, but I get the subtext, okay?
You see, what's happening right now is that I'm kind of going, this is basically all the film is. I need to try and find a way of interestingly talking about this, and sort of failing miserably.
The thing is, I've been having a blast with this so far, mainly because it's just a verbal shitpost for me.
I think in that respect, it is quite enjoyable.
It's succeeding in getting emotions out of me, which is something only yesterday failed to do.
'Tis true, 'tis true.
Do the cherry trees have my money? Otherwise, don't care. Can we talk about literally anything other than yourself, please?
Would be nice, wouldn't it? So, from the looks of things, at least the way the film sets itself up, is that Rikako's parents split up.
Okay.
And so Rikako's father is in Tokyo, and her mother is wherever the hell they ended up, which is Kochi, which is the prefecture where the rest of the film sort of takes place.
Okay. Crazy science fiction thing there. It's fun.
I mean, it's quite a cool sculpture.
I think I remember skimming through it and catching this bit, and thinking it was like some kind of film set in the future.
And it's very much not. This is very much a film set in the sort of late 80s, early 90s. Because obviously it originally came out in 1993.
That, late 80s, early 90s is kind of my aesthetic, really.
What was kind of annoying is that I'm very much a 90s kid, but quite a lot of my memories are kind of the very late 90s/early noughties. And so while I'm a 90s kid, my aesthetic's probably more the early noughties than anything. I was kind of just like, for God's sake.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just like, it's just for God's sake.
Oh, right, yeah.
Why does my aesthetic have to be the early noughties?
I thought you were just randomly getting angry for some reason.
Yes, just like, I hate this, why am I doing this? I'm such a crazy person.
Debt paid. I can go home now, satisfied.
Although he's clearly still very pissed off, when he's trying to get back to where he needs to be, he's kind of going like, just really grumpy.
Like, you just stranded me in the city with no way to get home. I don't want to worry you, Mum, but these flowers on my table here, that's what I'm having for dinner. I don't know how to order takeout in this town. Help me.
And also, I have to say, this would be quite a hilarious well, it wouldn't be a hilarious conversation, it'd be one of those conversations from the parents' perspective, like the mother's kind of freaking out right now, just going, how the hell are you in Tokyo? Why the hell did you catch a plane to Tokyo without telling us? What?
I think the furthest I went as like a teenager was on a sick day. I played skivvy and went into town to buy some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and that was about it.
Yeah, no, Tom, that is shameful. You don't skive from school. That is bad.
Well, I did it a lot towards the end of my secondary school experience and bummed about in town with a mate. That was the hypest shit. Just play the Seinfeld, like, bass line here. Ba-doom, boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, boom.
Soap opera is probably quite a good way of describing everything that goes on in Ocean Waves. It is very much in line with a sort of soap opera style narrative.
Yeah.
It's just maybe perhaps a bit more grounded in reality than melodrama. It is still that sort of skirting on the line of reality, but being just a bit more dramatised for some things to be a bit more narratively interesting, I suppose.
Oh, I see. So the stepmother's come in and started displacing everything and making it her domain.
Well, less stepmother, more father's girlfriend.
Same thing, different title, really.
Yeah, but also not necessarily quite so permanent.
I can see where she gets her stubborn attitude from.
Yeah, and obviously clearly she is a child of divorce. And obviously that can lead to difficult childhood. Sometimes perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But obviously the common perception of kids brought up from divorced families is it's not the best stereotype in the world, is it?
Is she going red from the drink or from just embarrassment of, like, opening up like this? It's kind of hard to tell.
Maybe a mixture of both? I don't know.
There you go. Comfy at maximum. Don't like the way they covered his eyes for a moment back there.
To be fair, I think that was more the moment of him going, oh great, where am I going to sleep now? And to be in the bath.
I've tried having a nap in the bathtub. It's not good times.
No! Really uncomfortable. Like, just no. The only time you should ever be in a bath is when you're having a bath.
Oh, jeez. Hold your tongue, Tom. You've used the B word way too much throughout this commentary so far.
It's pretty bad.
You forced me to escort you to Tokyo using my own money, and then you make me sleep in the bathtub.
Yeah, it's just like, my word, you duck are a cow. But it did work out well for Taku because it made him decide, actually, I would quite like to, come to college in Tokyo, get the change of pace in life.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck me, I guess.
This isn't your room, this is my room! What are you doing?
My bed! My bed, not yours, mine! Oh man. This is also my aesthetic. Napping. 1,000%. Those numbers don't really add up, but you get what I'm trying to say. Oh, little bit of resentment coming out there.
Yeah, and he's also just like, what is it now? And what it is now is, she's asking to be rescued from a former boyfriend. Because, yeah, this is a great thing to do to someone.
Dude looks like he came straight out of Speed Racer.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wait, are you sure he's a former boyfriend?
It's certainly what it says in the Wikipedia entry.
Okie coke.
So, yeah, they sort of... Yeah, they were. Oh yeah, I date Okada for a year. I'd say Taku is very relatable in this film, I feel.
He is. He's probably one of my favourite Ghibli protagonists so far.
He's just very normal and just goes, what are you doing? And why have you brought me here? This is ridiculous. I could be going back home and enjoying myself, and instead I'm here sitting and listening to a conversation between you and your ex-boyfriend. This is ridiculous.
I could literally be napping right now. I slept in the bathtub last night. The device created for bathing! What happened to the third guy in this love triangle? We haven't seen much of him for like the past 20 minutes.
They'll sort of come back, sort of, into the... I'm saying sort of a lot. But he is going to come back into the fray. We just need to get everyone back to, Kochi.
Why should I care what he thinks? I don't even know the guy.
Exactly, it's just like, literally couldn't give less of a shit about him because I'm never going to see him again in my life.
Well, you'd think you'd get on great then. You have similar interests after all.
Yeah, pretty much. After that, it is something that is quite interesting to see, like when you spend time away from someone, and then you meet up after the longest time and you're just like, you're really not how I remembered you. I'm not sure I'm entirely too fond in this.
Thankfully, that doesn't happen much to me. Like, I don't see Tundra Boy nowadays as much as I'd like, but every time we talk, he seems the same.
Well, that's good. I mean, there is always the case of there are friends that you have who you can not talk for ages and then get back together and it's just like nothing's happened. But yeah, I've noticed it a few times with people where I've been like, this doesn't quite feel the same as I remember our friendship being. It's largely because I have slight friendship issues, I feel. It's mostly down to trust issues because of shit that went down when I was at school. But still.
Okay, well, I'll keep one eye on you then, Rich. Wow. She just fucking blanked me. Amazing.
Yeah, so I believe that is Akiko Shimizu, who is the female student body president.
I'm gonna call her Bob. I will address people whose names I can't remember with their hairstyles. That was very clearly Sprite.
Yes.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Yeah.
Really? People don't have anything better to talk about?
Two students went off to Tokyo together by themselves.
Huh. Okay, yeah. Now that you put it like that, it does sound a bit juicy. I'm like that guy who says, oh, I don't care for drama, but the moment you see drama on this Twitter timeline, I'm all over that shit like a fly on poop.
And yeah, this just makes it all the worse, is that Rikako is basically just like, I'm not going to speak to you, Taku, but I am going to tell everyone that we, spent the night together.
Oh, boy. Oh, beta move. Too soon, too soon. Well, you can get to stepping then. Racist fucking money spending, stealing bitch. Really, why don't these two just date each other? And that would be the better relationship at this point.
Probably, yes, actually. But obviously, one, this is Japan, that for all its asexuality in terms of some of its pop stars and its seemingly endless obsession with having its heroes cross-dress, is actually still relatively it's how to put it delicately, they aren't very progressive when it comes to same-sex relationships.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
The fact, obviously,
Yeah, you gotta learn when enough is enough, mate. Ooh. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that!
To be fair, I had forgotten that one. And obviously it's not good, but to be fair, they're equals, that's fine.
I fucking love this movie. I actually wouldn't mind watching this on TV, like, during its initial run. Well, kind of self-inflicted, but whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, it is entirely self-inflicted because one, she's a bit of a cow, but also she kind of locks herself away to study and study and study.
Yeah, well, boo-hoo, my parents, divorce. Like, if she was even the slightest bit sympathetic, I'd like her. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this, but I'm just having a blast shitposting all over the movie.
I had forgotten quite a lot about this film. Like, I remember the basic premise, but like generally forgotten most of the nitty gritty about it. I'd forgotten how actually much of a cow Rikako is. Like, she is really like they try to make elements of her character seem somewhat sympathetic by having the difficult family life and all that, but it doesn't change the fact that she is actually just a bit of a cow, and that explains why she gets as isolated as she does, because she sort of just bites back at everyone and doesn't really seem to have many redeeming qualities.
Same. I have no idea who that guy is. Bring him here, I'll tell him how much he fucking sucks. Oh my god. Much more violence in this than I was anticipating.
Yeah, but then, high school tends to happen, annoyingly. Because kids and teenagers are assholes.
Did she just get a fucking gang mad at her? Oh my god, there's gonna be a blood feud.
Probably will be by the end of this.
Holy shit, we only have 15 minutes left. That flew by.
As I said, it's a really, really short film.
Yeah, a likely story. Okay, that one was deserved because he was being patronising as fuck.
Yeah. And also because, he could have stepped in and, stopped it. But he didn't.
It was more entertaining to watch.
This is true. And also, to be fair, sort of entirely kind of deserved in a way.
Did you do that? Did you make her cry? So is he just impressed by her ability to stand up to a gang now, is that it?
Basically, yeah. He's kind of gone, she handled that really well done. And then, obviously,
Damn!
yeah, Taku kind of did deserve that one.
Holy shit. This movie just went up to 100 really fast.
Yeah, well, we're about to get pretty much a time jump now to the present.
Oh no, I don't like inner monologue like that. Oh god, it's gonna get really depressing really fast. Oh no!
Yeah, that was the death of a friendship right there.
Okay, at least the Tokyo thing worked out for the best. At least I still have you, pink shirt.
Yes. But college changes people.
I swear if he's driving that taxi. Guess I was right. That was a complete guess, by the way. I hadn't read the synopsis or anything.
Yeah, so obviously they're sort of able to, let the past lie now.
That's good, that's good.
It's one of those things where you sort of realise that squabble was kind of ridiculous.
Beaches and shores, beaches and shores. Okay, I misread the subtitles and I thought it said, all you need is a right hand. Amen, brother, amen.
That's just not, please.
Yeah, let's not be flame, fucking wanklogs, I swear to God. I like this neighbourhood, and it's that. Oh, the words come in. It's very aesthetically pleasing.
Yes. I mean, it's that whole thing of suburban or suburbia. It's just generally nice because it's not too overly busy and it's not too overly quiet. It's just right. At least for me, anyway.
I'm happy these two are friends again. Like, I was actually kind of upset when they fell out.
Yeah.
So was Renako real? Was she just a
Rikako.
bit whatever? Ugh, a bitch phantom come here to ruin our broship.
No, she very much was a real person. And the film isn't over yet, so there's every chance that we're gonna meet her again, don't worry.
Fair enough, mate. I will say though, I'm really pissed off we haven't seen one ocean wave since the movie began. Such a stupid thing to say.
But to be fair, sort of entirely accurate, because I think this is probably the first time that we've ever actually looked at the sea the entire frickin' film. And considering the whole name of the film, Ocean Waves Where I Can Hear the Sea, is about the sea, it's just like, kind of missed a trick there.
I think when I was going through, I saw this as well. And again, seeing all these scenes out of order and out of context, I had no idea what to make of the film.
Yeah, it's one of those films that you really need to see it in contexts to make sense of everything. And also, obviously, you know how you were mentioning going to Disneyland?
Oh, yeah.
There was your lovely reference to actual Disneyland.
Damn, man. Chug, chug, chug. Aww, that's adorable.
Have to say that'd be one interesting thing with school reunions is seeing people if they ever admitted to crushes that they may or may not have had.
Oh, God. Okay, that actually ended better than I was anticipating.
Apart from the fact that, you know, she's not there and he's probably drank quite a lot of alcohol at this point.
Oh, well. Better get it out of the system so everyone knows. A lot of them probably knew already, honestly. He's down. He's gone.
Yeah, that's what you get for drinking too much.
Oh, a little something going on here? Oh, sorry. It was just the staging of that scene that made me think something was happening here.
Well, maybe there's a chance that at some point there might be a little something. It sort of, I don't know, I think the film sort of sets it up so that that could be a possibility in the future, because there sort of seems like a bit of a spark in the air.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because obviously, Yutaka kind of gets the short end of the stick for pretty much most of the film. So it's nice that he gets the glimpse of potentially a nice happy ending.
Oh, that is so her. What's with the sun piano music?
Yeah, I'd say it's been quite an enjoyable soundtrack, to be fair.
It's been serviceable. I haven't really taken any of it in, but it's
Oh no.
matched the tone they were going for.
Yeah, I mean, it's no Merry Merry-Go-Round from Howl's Moving Castle, but it's been pleasant, and that is always a good mark for a soundtrack.
It's no Totoro theme.
This is true. Totoro's theme is glorious.
Very few things are Totoro's theme.
It's very true.
Oh boy, here we go, .gif.
So yeah, that's not Rikako, that's Yumi.
Oh boy.
Probably shouldn't have had that much alcohol. Because now she's just like, that's super creepy.
Hard pass. Oh, poor fat guy. I was rooting for you as well. Okay. I'm glad we could put that ordeal behind us. Wait, but that's me! I like to sleep in bathtubs. Well, actually, no I don't, but I was forced to.
So yeah, you can tell he's still holding a torch for her, even though she is still sort of a complete cow.
Huh. Oh, that's just romance talking. When you're with someone special, even a fart cloud can seem like a beautiful bit of phosphorus.
Exactly.
Don't enable that. I had no idea where I was going with that statement.
Well, I mean, it's true. Like, when you're with someone that you love and care about very deeply, even the most ridiculous things can be beautiful moments. Like, there's a reason that when you've developed a very strong bond with someone that you can fart in front of each other and it's totally fine.
Well, I don't know about that, but I understand the statement at least. Remember all the time she was just bitching and moaning and complaining about her parents and who was playing that saxophone? I'm trying to reminisce.
Well, the whole point is that he's sort of going back over this and thinking of all the times of things that happened and just kind of going, you know what, I still sort of fancy the pants off of her. Really would like to see her again. And to be fair, part of me's kind of just like, really just cut out that negativity from your life, Taku. You don't need that. But of course, he's still gonna want to see her again.
Well, it's his life. He can do what he wants, I suppose.
So yeah, we are rapidly approaching the end of the film now.
Do you think it's time to start gathering up our thoughts and such? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, so, obviously... Oh, look, it's someone who looks very much like Rikako. So, Ocean Waves, I would say it's an enjoyable film. It's certainly more enjoyable than Only Yesterday. I think it's... Just because it's shorter, it tells its story in a much neater order. Because it's even though it tells it in flashback, it's still chronological, and so you can very much make sense of it all, and it's very much a more reasonable high school drama type dealio, and that works.
That was the money shot right there.
I do still find it to be it's an okay film. It's nothing ridiculously special. And in fact, sort of, the characters do sort of annoy me because, obviously, Rikako, at least from everything that she presents, is actually sort of an awful human being. And and probably should not necessarily be the love interest. But there we go. So I'd probably give Ocean Waves maybe a C+, perhaps, I think.
I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I was expecting to. Maybe it's just because I was in the right mood for something kind of comfy and slice of life-y. Yeah, Rikako is a bit of a whole word person, however you want to say it. But I didn't even, for the most part, I didn't even realize it was a flashback until we saw the bookend. And yeah, having it in like proper chronological order, and also not focusing on children, failing at math tests helped a lot.
Yes.
I actually liked the other characters. I thought it was enjoyable. Its pace and length really helped me just digest the whole thing and enjoy it. So I'm going to give Ocean Waves a B, right on the nosy. It's not quite Laputa, but it's definitely better than Only Yesterday. However, the next film on the docket, from what Richie tells me, will cause me to rip my own balls off. So join us next time when we take a look at Pom Poko. See you then.